Hi and welcome to Outwell and to our Newgate 5 from the Regency collection. This is a 3-roomed tent which is tunnel style, and it has 2 bedrooms across the back which will sleep up to 5 people. A really nice feature for me on this tent is the front canopy area. What we have here is it coming straight off the front of the tent, just giving you a nice area where if it's a little bit drizzly you can still sit outside and have shelter, or if you're lucky enough for it to be a really nice sunny day you can get a little bit of shade here too. Also a nice area for things like kitchen storage units and furniture and things like that. Into the tent you'll find that the door is a good size, so getting all of the kit in and out is going to be nice and easy. The door itself, you can see at the moment, is just rolled away, but it does have a large window on there with its own curtain, and it also actually has a full mesh door as well, so if you want to get a little bit more ventilation within the tent you can just leave the door open but close over the mesh door there just to keep out those unwanted bugs. And also the ground sheet actually zips onto the door as well, giving you a good secure fastening there. Certainly plenty of space in the tent itself, lots of large windows all the way around us, flooding it with light, making it feel a little bit more spacious. And certainly plenty of head height here too, because I'm quite tall at about 1.95 m, and you can see I can stand up in here no problem at all. As I said there then, lots of big windows all the way around the tent, which is great, but if you do want that little bit more privacy, then each window has its own individual curtain. You can just see we have rolled away at the moment here. What you can do with this is just either bring it halfway up just for that little bit more privacy, or obviously you can fully close the curtains as well. Then running along the tops of the windows you'll find that we have these mesh ventilation panels which correspond to outside panels, which we'll show you a little bit later on. Another nice feature here then in the centre of the tent is our lantern hanging point in a good, as I say, central location. And then coming away from that we have these cable tidies which actually run down to where the ground sheet zips in. Now while we're here I might as well just point out the ground sheet to you. As I just mentioned, there is a full zip-in ground sheet, so it's got a couple of advantages, mainly being that when you pack down the tent you can separate the ground sheet so that it's nice and easy to clean. The material itself is really tough, durable material. It's a polyethylene and it's very waterproof with a hydrostatic head of 10,000 millimeters. It is bathtub in style, so it comes up around the edges, hopefully keeping out the drafts, things like dust and dirt and also those unwanted creepy crawlies. It's also colour coded as well, just so that when you're putting it in here you're going to get it the right way around. At the back of the tent is where you'll find the bedrooms. As I mentioned, there are 2 here and we can sleep up to 5 people. The way the bedrooms are attached to the tent is using our wave-shaped hanging system here. Now it does a couple of things. One, I think it looks quite stylish with this sort of colour-coded or colour-coordinated material at the top here, but actually it does have a good function to it as well, where we don't have any stress points on the seams running across the top of the bedroom there, so a lot more securely fastened. Some other features then, you can see that the bedroom doors themselves have full mesh doors. They do have curtains behind there though, so if you do want a little bit more privacy we can simply just close them over nice and easily. And we also then have storage pockets on the outside too. A nice feature here is that we're using our universal bedroom system, and we'll just show you now how that works. So some features on the inside of the bedroom. You'll find we have some handy storage pockets just down the side here, ideal for smaller personal possessions. At the back you'll find a large mesh ventilation panel which corresponds with a panel on the outside of the tent. And then what you will find as well is that the bedrooms are separated by this full sheet here which goes all the way down to the ground, and it does also zip open so that if you wanted to you could create one large bedroom at the back there. I'll just also highlight that there is a side entrance on this tent here, and again there's a large mesh door on here, so in terms of ventilation we can roll up the outside door and drop this one again, hopefully keeping out those unwanted bugs too. So now what we'll do is we'll just head outside and I'll talk you through some of the features there. I think if we start with the fly sheet, we're using our Outex AirTech fly sheet here. So this is a polycoton material, making sure that it's going to be really durable, it's naturally waterproof. We do actually put a coating on here to ensure that water will just bead away from it. And some nice features of polycoton is that you'll find that on warmer days you'll be kept a little bit cooler, but also on cooler days actually it'll react to the environment and keep you that little bit warmer. The split on this is a 65% polyester and a 35% cotton. So as I say, really for me the main point here is that this is going to last a good long time. So next I'll talk you through the frame that we use here. So it's a steel frame from front to back for the main body of the tent. So you're getting a real good solid and stable structure. And then what you'll find is off the front we have our Duratec fiberglass pole, creating that front porch area that I mentioned at the beginning. You'll see also that we do colour coordinate the poles and the sleeves just to make sure that when you pitch the tent you're going to get the right pole in the right place. So here on the outside you can see the ventilation panel that we mentioned when we were inside the tent. So under here is where that mesh panel is. If it gets a little bit chilly we can simply just move this down like so and keep that closed. That'll keep you a little bit warmer inside the tent. Next I'll just highlight our wind stabilizer system that we use on this tent and show you how that works. We just undo it for now. So when we come to pitch the tent, what we're going to do is just wrap these straps around the poles like this and then fasten them into place using this velcro strap here. You'll then find that there's one at the top and at the bottom of all the poles down the side of the tent, which is where we then have our floating guy lines attached to. So when we pull these out and peg them into position, the whole fly sheet gets pulled against the frame of the tent. It makes the whole thing much more taut, and that actually makes it much more stable when it comes to high wind conditions, so you can be safe in the knowledge that the tent will stand nice and stably. The guy lines themselves, we're using our floating guy line, so you can see here that at the bottom we have our classic luminous guy line just to stop you from tripping over it. But then at the top we have the colour coordinated guy line here, which ties in with the colours of the tent, hence it kind of creates that floating guy line look. The guy lines themselves have a guy line retainer just here, so when it comes to packing down the tent we can wrap up the guy lines into here so that the next time we come to use them you've not got the big bird's nest that you have to try to untangle, and that'll certainly save you that job. Also, we supply our easy pegging system with this tent, so that's where we have 3 different types of pegs. We have the solid steel pegs here, which would be the anchor pegs for the tent used on the corners. We have the luminous pegs for the luminous guy lines, and we also have the black plastic pegs here for all of the other black pegging points around the side of the tent. So that just makes sure that you get the right peg in the right place. Just down at the bottom here of the porch area you'll see that we do have these mud balances on here, so that's just going to encourage rainwater to run sort of down the tent and away from the inside. So finally there's a couple of optional extras available for this tent, including a footprint for under your ground sheet and also a carpet for the living area, just giving you that extra little feel of luxury within there. So that's all of the features of our Newgate 5 from the Regency collection. Thank you very much for watching.